Hello, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I hope you are well. I hope you are as lovely in life as you are in my mind. I have a special guest for you today. I know you saw the thumbnail. Hear Me Out is joining me. We're going to do the text messages between Lana and I. So, without further ado, hear me out. Welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to
I
let my viewers know who you are if they haven't?
Sure. I'm sure they probably don't know who I am. My name's Hear Me Out. I have my little channel where I just do things that I find amusing, and some people agree with them being amusing or not. But yeah, I've been watching Tanika's your channel for a while now, and yeah, I love the content. So I've been doing my version of reading with wigs and stuff. But yeah, if anyone's interested, come check me out. But
Yes, I highly recommend you guys sub to his channel. I've just recently found him. We've been emailing, but I hadn't seen his content. It's hilarious, and he has wigs and funny voices. So if you like my readings, you'll love his readings. He does a fabulous Sarah Boone. And then for your viewers who don't know me, I'm Tanika's 2 cents. I'm Tanika of Tanika's 2 cents, and I just ramble on mostly about Sarah, do a lot of readings, and whatever crosses my mind in true crime.
and to my listeners, her link is in description on the video where you click on it.
Oh, I will add yours by the time
Okay.
this is yeah, I'll add it later. Sorry about that.
No problem. I'm just making it easy for them. So
Awesome. I love it. I love it. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's read. So this is, for context, January text messages between Lana and I. We were just starting our friendship, and oh, this is not going to cooperate. Here we go. This is, we were talking about Bruce Rivers. So I'm in the blue and Lana is in the gray. We're on iPhones if anybody cares. Did you see Bruce Rivers' reaction to Sarah think she's going home?
Yes, I saw it. Bruce Rivers is a lawyer here in Minneapolis.
Oh, right.
real quick, don't want to say I don't want to mock the dead. I'm just doing my impression of her as I'm doing it. Just letting everyone know that.
She would be flattered, I promise. Yes.
I forgot to throw that in before that.
He is hysterical. I saw that chapter's work on her and laughed my head off.
I wonder if he'll return to YouTube. Horrible thing about his son.
Of course, most of the world thought she was guilty as hell. What happened with his son? I was wondering why he wasn't around.
Well, she admitted to doing it.
Right.
His son passed away in November. There are rumors as to how, why, but Bruce didn't release a statement. I think he was in his 20s. I know his dad was very fond of him. His content genius.
What? It was Michael Rivers, the content genius, who died?
And then I share his obit.
He was the reason Bruce was on YouTube. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no.
Some say motorcycle accident, others say a drug overdose.
Holy crap.
He looks like his dad with his short hair. Sorry you found out via text. I thought it was out there.
I was wondering why Bruce hasn't released any videos. I feel awful. It probably was, but I likely buried. Oh, it probably was, but I was likely buried. Medical stuff. Thank you for telling me.
People were sending supportive messages via the funeral site.
He has over 1 million subs.
I can understand why. I love his content.
Yeah, his last video was on November 9th. I wondered why he didn't do a reaction to Sarah's sentencing since he was really into her case.
He's the realest lawyer on YouTube. He doesn't bite his tongue and he knows his ish. Down to earth and still fancy, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if he recorded videos between then and 11/17 that went unedited.
Absolutely. I'd listen to him and Lawyer You Know. Most likely, according to Reddit, which means rumor, cause of death on his death certificate was heart failure.
I believe Michael did everything behind the camera. I didn't watch their last posted video, but lots of comments about them seeming off in their interactions.
Which could have meant OD, or maybe his heart gave out like George Michael's from past drug use.
I posted on my community tab about his passing and people shared nice stories, memories.
Wow. Oh, I feel bad.
And then I react to absolutely. I'd listen to him and Lawyer You Know. I recently became a member of Lawyer You Know. I heard about you the first time from people who had been in chat with you talking about Owens in a Lawyer You Know chat.
Yes, I emailed Lawyer You Know telling him about Owens before he became official.
Nice.
I wanted to give him time to do his research before Owens made it public. I wish I had known you. I let Transparent T know as well. The people in Lawyer You Know chat remembered me?
I was just getting started. I think I was the first to report on Owens, though. I was daily docket watching.
I didn't go in there after the sentencing I didn't go in there after the sentencing and have only participated a handful of times at his chat. Sarah really likes Lawyer You Know. I and others would relay his advice to her, especially when she was pro se and freaking out. He would give advice on his videos and I would listen and transcribe to hers. Took hours.
So just as context, when Lana and I are making these texts, I don't have the text messages yet. So, and I would later learn, like, Lana really hypes up Lawyer You Know to Sarah in the chat, sometimes to the point where I think it's like a little embellished, or her perception is not necessarily what everyone else's perception is of how Lawyer You Know is talking about Sarah, but she really feels like he's fond of her.
He was probably the least critical of her. Oh, I wouldn't say the least critical. He was the easiest audience. I'll say that, right? He was really leaning on, well, can he really take away her right to a lawyer at this point? This is really good. And I found it kind of annoying at some point. I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah, he questioned the fairness of it all, but I was like, it's Kranek. I trust Zaddy Kranek.
No, but that's how he is with all the cases. So I wasn't really like surprised with it or thinking like he was a big fan of Sarah Boone. He did the same thing a lot with the Daryl Brooks case. And he was like, I don't know if I've gotten to intent yet. I'm like, he drove over 67 people, dude. That's not accidental.
Right. It wasn't an accident. His foot didn't slip. Yeah.
Eighth of a mile accidentally.
So then I responded, I made my first video in June and my second one in July. Then the spicy pro se letter started and I recognized Mentor Lawyer on her visiting list. I saw a lazy gamer did a video of the IMS report that had the other James on it, which is the lawyer, which is Mentor Lawyer. It's James something, what I don't know. He didn't put the two together though.
Then she should have a ton of questions, but I never wrote him asking. Oh, then she would have a ton of questions, but I never wrote him asking. I would just keep transcribing. Oh, wow.
I only focused on Sarah and made a point to get into the facts as they appeared on the docket.
What got you interested in Sarah? Have you been following since 2020?
Do you know shorthand?
No, I wish I did. It was a lot of rewinding and replaying.
And then I replied to, then she would have a ton of questions, but I never wrote him asking. And I said, I used to know some. My mom was insistent that I have, quote, secretarial skills, end quote, so I would always have a job.
You type like the wind. Your mom sounds awesome. You sound like you've had experience in broadcasting.
And then I respond to, what got you interested in Sarah? Passively. I flew out to California in February 2020 when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. So Sarah and Lori Vallow were the main stories that month. Then we went into lockdown the next month on the 13th.
Oh, I'm sorry about your mother. Sad face. That makes sense. She got arrested right when it all went down.
Mentor Lawyer got some of the video evidence and played it over and over as he is wont to do. Adelson case was kind of quiet then.
My mom was visiting me that very week from Michigan, the last week of February.
The suitcase video horrified me. It still haunts me.
Same. I recoiled when I saw it. I'm claustrophobic.
It was so cruel. Then she admitted she did it. I never thought it would go to trial.
Can we pause? Oops.
Doesn't she say in the text messages that, she's going to Sarah has the opportunity to change the narrative on the video and like
She says that to Sarah, but I don't have those messages yet.
right, you don't have them, but like it's interesting that she's saying that here.
Right.
So it sounds like she's just trying to put like either she can't believe them both, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think you can believe them both, but I also think like this is us and our representatives getting to know each other because we're still feeling each other out. Like I know she's talking to other YouTubers, right? She tells me she sends emails to lawyer, but like doesn't ask him things directly, but like gives him a heads up, sends it to Transparent Tea. So I'm pretty sure I'm like another YouTuber that she wants to plant seeds like to get their story out there. So in some sense she knows that that's a horrible video no matter what she says to Sarah. I mean, that's how I'm viewing it.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
No, you know her better than I do, so that was interesting. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I thought it was a horrific drunken accident.
And then I'm still responding to what got me interested in Sarah. Now I see how it dovetailed with her family case. When Brian wanted to move, things got crazy on the criminal side. There seemed to be a renewed energy.
That's true.
And then I say, I'm rocking Sugar Bear. Apologies if my text messages have odd sentence structure. I can't talk to text.
Aw, no worries. I was wondering why you were up so late/early. I am an insomniac by nature, and my son is 24. If I tried to rock him at 3 a.m. in the morning, he'd call the asylum on me.
What do you make of Danielle Siobhan? I spelled her name wrong. I spelled it Daniel instead of Danielle. I was watching her Sarah coverage.
Danielle Siobhan? I have been heard of her. Never heard of her. My phone has a poltergeist messing with my autocorrect. JK, I'll check her out.
Maybe Mr. Algorithm sends me all things Boone related. Crazy laugh face. It's a lot of reposted stuff with an AI voice. It was novel at first.
Haha, most likely. She doesn't have a lot of subs yet. Yeah, I see that.
I'm honestly surprised anyone found me. I waded into deep, deep waters.
That's one reason why I respected your channel. I knew you did great research and your insights have been really accurate. Love. You came to James Owen's attention and he told me about you. Then you showed up in my algorithm.
I went live when I saw his notice of appearance. I was so excited. I could have done cartwheels if I wasn't so old.
Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button.
As soon as I wasn't that excited about Owens, but when she was rendered pro se, I wrote everyone, like every contact I had was like, did you just hear? She's going pro se. That means she's going to take the stand and represent herself. It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. And
oh my God. Yeah, I did think that was crazy because I think my first video was when she was complaining about Cashman. And I was like, this bitch thinks the judge is the manager. When she was like, be nice to me. I was like, what? Why are you saying that to the judge?
We'll never get another Sarah. We'll never get another Sarah. As long as there is time. There's no.
Oh my God.
Sorry, where were we?
Haha, really? For you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were making that comment. I didn't respond back. Okay, sorry.
Ha 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 ha! Really? I convinced him to represent her.
I also covered her first pro se hearing first. I am such a tiny channel. The big ones took it and ran.
Nice. She was so scared. If you're buying phone calls, those are interesting. The pro se greatest hits. I sounded like a moron. I told her I was the blind leading the blind.
And then I replied to, I convinced him to represent her. Bless you. I don't know what would have happened without him.
She had a plan.
Good Lord. Save us all.
She and Billy were convinced they could run the case themselves.
And I respond with the exclamation point. How did you get in contact with him? How did you get him to stay after she wouldn't take a plea?
Sarah told me he has sent her his card and asked me to check him out and to see if he was a real lawyer or someone jacking her around. I checked his credentials and his website, and just in a whim, I called him to see if he had sent her the card, and it was him. We talked for 45 minutes and then told Sarah he was legit and she should talk to him.
I do wonder if the state would have had to be nicer to her as a pro se defendant.
Then he asked her about the plea deal, the plea thing, and at the time, the state was uninterested in it when she was pro se.
So that also is not true, because
Yeah.
in the text messages, Cashman got her that plea deal first. Her brother tried to talk her into it, and she basically told him to F off.
Yeah, she wanted. I was surprised when she even wanted 10 years. Like, that doesn't sound very Sarah Boone-ish. Like, she would counter with 10 years, right? She
Right.
wanted no time. No
Right.
time.
Time served. She wanted to be free.
Yeah.
They made it clear to Sarah that she would have been treated no differently if she had counsel. Like James told me, the state would have had her for breakfast. Jay came in after Owens because suddenly they realized they actually have to argue the case. He was telling me that their back was originally against the wall because Cacciatore was not in it to argue, but to handle a pro se case or even a plea deal. When James and then Tony/Kevin came on, the state started scrambling. Jay was the pit bull. Wow.
So Jay actually was there when she was pro se before Owens came in, Mr. J, because remember she asked him how to spell it and he laughed and said, never got that before. I loved him right away. I love his snark. Anyway, okay. So Owens got them to a plea.
That guy was something. Yes, Owens eventually got a plea offer. Sarah would have taken the plea if they dropped the manslaughter time from 15 to 10 years. They wouldn't budge, and she wouldn't.
Sarah refused to sign a document agreeing she understands she can't profit via literary or cinematic retelling of her story. I have to edit that video.
If it had been 10 years, then 85% would have been 8.5, minus the 4.5 time served, and she'd have been home in 3.
What? Are you serious?
She wasn't going to. Oh, this reply. Oh, she wasn't going to sign anything at the time. Yeah, I'm serious. I hope I'm not breaking laws by telling you this. Please keep this between you and me.
So 2028, or she would have been free, or so she would have been free. I wonder if the state knew she wouldn't take it. Wow, head blown.
The state wouldn't go lower than 15 years, and Sarah believed she was innocent. I feel guilty.
I won't say a word. I don't need any drama in my real life because of Sarah related stuff.
I did not speak about the case to her. I understand.
Why do you feel guilty? That she didn't take the plea?
I didn't advise her one way or the other and didn't speak plea deals with her at all. I wanted her to take the plea, but James told me not to talk to her about it, and I wouldn't have always since our calls and messages are monitored and recorded. I learned about the plea offers I learned about the plea offers and the state's reaction from James. He and I used to talk and text at this hour.
This is the witching hour. Cartwheel.
If Sarah and I were meant to mention this case or a plea, the conversation would have incriminated her. Like videotaping it.
I hadn't thought about that. You can't speak in hypotheticals. That was weird to me because I don't know why they couldn't talk about the plea. The plea is like part of it is you're admitting you did it, but you're saying it wasn't murder, it was manslaughter. So I was really like perplexed about why they couldn't talk about it in hypotheticals.
I don't think they understood the way it works. You could talk about a possible plea. It doesn't mean you're saying you're guilty.
Right, you're weighing out your options, right? Yeah, that's what I thought of. But anyway.
Quoting James, it's vital that you keep your conversations with Sarah as vanilla as possible.
Ah, okay.
I did sometimes, and I would preface them with, do not respond, very rarely, and then never after James warned me.
I wonder who has the job of listening to all the calls. What is that job title?
The state gave James a CD-ROM with all her messages and phone calls, right? They were looking through all of them to find something on her. I guess they didn't. Just the video of the murder, but
Just yes. Oh my god. Just a snuff film. They only had that.
barely anything.
Did he listen to them? I feel like he, not Henderson, or I think I meant he nor Henderson watched those body cam videos. Why did he want those in evidence?
I don't know the answer to that one. I wish I did. There were things he talked about doing that he didn't because of time or lack of it. Or Wagner. Wagner was a headache.
Wagner?
Wagner versus Flora was a landmark case about battered spouse syndrome. It argues that if you use the battered spouse defense, you can't argue that there was an accident.
They needed a phone analyst, a crime scene investigator, and a medical examiner.
The truth is, between you and me, there are elements of both battered spouse and accidental in Sarah's case. Yes, they did. Kevin in his phone call with me on Friday was so frustrated they didn't have the time.
A Wagner case law. Yes, I was confused. Apologies.
Yeah, you spoke about it, I think. I was impressed you zeroed in on it. Sorry.
All good.
I remember wishing you didn't hate Sarah, or I would have spoken to you sooner. You had me thinking and questioning how I saw things, this case while it was going on.
Yes, yes. When Cranick said it, that was my first time understanding it. But Owens referenced the Marcia Thompson spelling case where the husband was asleep and she won on self-defense.
Yes, you were paying attention and connecting the dots.
Then at trial, it went back to accident.
I wish they'd gotten a continuance.
I know. I think that is going to get her an appeal.
Now, are you just feeding her with that? Or you think think she'll get an appeal?
Well, I don't think she'll get a new trial. No, I don't think she'll get a new trial, but I do. Well, now, I don't know if you saw this posting. A Lazy Gamer put up a video yesterday. They have like 20 days or her appeal is moot. But I think because of the forfeiture / waiver of counsel and no continuance, I feel like the appellate court's going to weigh in on it. I don't think they'll give her a new trial, but I think they'll want to make precedents.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
They'll want to make case law.
Yeah. They want to set the groundwork. Yeah. I got you. Yep. I'm with you on that one.
I do too. And Kevin was adamant that we use ineffective counsel as a reason too. And he was very vocal about wanting to fall on his sword. He was really upset about the time issue.
Although I don't know how the motions for snacks and all that foolishness will hold up to time constraint issues.
Jeez, arg.
Like, how do you have time for that? But you don't have time to get ready for your case. Sorry.
No, I listened to those again last night when she's like, she wants 5 peppermints, 2 chips, 2 bags of chips, a soda. Like, I just wanted to
you have
smack
like a
her
whole
face.
Right. You have a whole legal team working for free and you're bothering them about the number of peppermints you need. Are you serious?
And the thing I didn't understand, when Owen's daughter was on the team or whatever, paralegal, can't they just pick up that crap and bring it and lay it on the desk in front of her? Here's your little snack foods. Go.
Yes. I know. Why is the bailiff going to come over and smack it out of her hand?
Is that a juice box? Where'd you get that juice box?
Oh my God. It was Henderson's daughter too. She had just passed the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess she was getting hours in. I don't know.
Okay. Jeez, right.
Well, his questions for the Emmy were definitely ineffective.
Jeez, right? I couldn't believe she asked for snacks. She mentioned she needed it for blood sugar issues. She really hated the jail food, and they'd give her soggy bologna sandwiches that had been in the bag for hours during trial. Of course, if you're not eating, your blood sugar would be screwy. I told her to try and get down what they gave her, at least part of it.
Oh my God. Hang on. I'm trying to get to I can't see the messages, the chat. What did I do? Okay, come back. Focus.
No problem.
Also, I feel like the appellate court will weigh in on the forfeiture of counsel, good, bad, or indifferent. That precedent needs a higher court to acknowledge it.
Back at jail, her diet was mostly commissary for the same reason. Yes, I agree. She needs an actual appellate lawyer.
How does she get the lawyer? Why is it so complicated? Don't they do this?
Oh, you skipped.
Oh, wait, sorry. The snacks, hairstylist, makeup requests will all be in the record.
Yeah, I know. Hairstylist really means the two girls who were with James.
How does she get the lawyer? Why is it so complicated? Don't they do this daily?
OMG, I wish I knew. That is the $100,000 question.
Henderson's daughter, who just passed the bar, was going to do Sarah's hair. Face plant.
Wait, do you know? The
Message that's on screen. Did I put that up there? Or did you put it up?
I did. I'm
Okay.
on two screens.
Okay.
On my second screen, I put it because on the one I'm reading from, I can't see
It's just interesting the one you chose. I was like,
the chat. Oh, here. Wait. Okay, I can see it now.
and just so anyone doesn't get offended before, all of these references are basically TCAP names in the one you just put up before.
Oh, I just randomly saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I am a T. I haven't watched it in a while. I used to be an avid one until the Orion or whatever thing started going on, and then I lost. Anyway. Onision, yes.
Yeah, I mean, people like Hanson or not. Without him, we would have the content well would be dry on there's so much. Then that's what gave us Lauren too. So let's see, where was it?
Oh, OMG, I wish I knew. That is the $100,000 question.
Henderson's daughter, Henderson's daughter, who just passed the bar, was going to do Sarah's hair. Faceplant.
Yes. Lol. She was asking for time with them prior to trial to do hair and makeup.
She had eyeliner on when she testified. So even though she was told no, it didn't matter.
Otherwise, her getting ready time was then kicking her bunk, traveling with her to the court in uniform and letting her change. Very true. I'd get killed for saying this to her. So this is all between you and me. But I didn't like her eyeliner / makeup. I thought she looked better without it.
Do you know what happened with Michael Birkland? He was approved by JAC as an expert. Then Owen said he would be a consultant, but no crime scene recreation happened.
Birkland? It was a time issue. Another thing Kevin was really pissed off didn't happen.
Just as context, Birkland is the dude who had the body parts in the storage, not refrigerated.
Really?
Yeah. I did a video on him.
Jeez.
They could have refuted the staircase and the bat or provided an alternate theory.
Right.
Also, Henderson only visited with Owens. Did he review any of the BSS overt act criteria with her? It felt like that team couldn't get their bearings. Also, who paid for Beck's travel? I have so many questions.
I don't know that one because I couldn't discuss it with Sarah. James didn't tell me, and I think you're right. They had a team, but with no time to use it. Ha 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 ha! I think James paid for Beck. He told me that out-of-pocket expenses for me was over $30,000.
And then I give her an exclamation point and a head blown. Did he stay at the Ritz?
I was so floored. I felt partially guilty because I was the one who talked him into it. Ha 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 ha!
Have filet mignon night league during trial?
You like numbers? I'm getting the sense. Oh, sorry.
He told me.
Oh yeah, he told me where he was, but I can't remember the name of the place. It was like $200 a night. It's like the Holiday Inn. LMAO. He paid for Julie Harper out of pocket and Brennan and some overages with Billy, who worked like a maniac.
Maniac, God no. Sorry. Okay. There's only 4,200. That's only $4,200 if he stayed for 4 weeks. He should have spent 15K max. Billy was paid via JAC.
You like numbers, I'm getting the sense.
Lol.
Yes, Billy was, but not for everything. There were limits. He went way beyond the JAC ration.
I love numbers when there is a dollar sign in front.
I can see that. Ha!
I'm a single woman who plans to retire. I don't play with money.
Very nice. And you have offspring too. I hope YouTube is a net profit for you, especially since you passed 10K subs.
I hope so too, fingers crossed, but I can't chase the money. I see how it impacts other creators' content.
That's awesome. You do create with integrity. I will say that. Laura, your note does too.
There are a lot of Karens who watch and taunt creators. I don't want to be beholden to mean people for my money. I have a whole job.
There are?
He definitely does, and was one of the first creators to say Sarah had valid complaints. While I didn't always agree, he made salient points.
Trust me, fame was never a reason why I wanted to get to know Sarah. Yeah, I hear you there.
Yes, lots of people get mad if you don't take their quote-unquote suggestions.
I'm sorry you have to go through that. If they had that strong of an opinion, they should start their own channel and pay their dues.
They leave these long, nasty goodbye messages. I'm old, so I'm clear on my thoughts and intentions. My channel title sums up what you get. Don't like it? No problem. Move along.
There's another YouTuber called News from My Sofa. Wrong.
Oh, live from my sofa.
Who said something about viewers like the Karens you mentioned.
They have reported my videos. People get vicious.
I'm sorry. Anonymity is a blessing and a curse.
Enjoy it as much as you can. No need to put a target on your back.
Thanks. I have a small one now.
There are radical people everywhere. Just be careful.
That utterance channel you told me about, they talked about wanting to track me down too.
She seems nice enough.
They didn't though. Guess they were just reacting to the sentencing. Hella, she's funny.
So that's a pro Sarah channel. I can't remember. Excited Utterance, I think. Anyway, I'm sure her viewers would love to hear from you.
We'll see.
I like to watch for a different perspective.
You know, more than anyone, my involvement with Sarah already know. I have answered emails, but you are the only person I have texted and talked to at length. I speak to Christina and Nicole from Australia, but never anything long or involving.
There are some internet sleuths who may know, at least if they pulled logs. I sent Christina an email. I think I scared her.
I know, TT. Talk about anonymity. She never told me her name. We have exchanged emails.
And that's transparent T.
Yeah.
Okay. She was like, what is an IMS and how did you get my email?
Christina is massively shy.
I like her content referring to transparent T. I don't know why she doesn't have more views, subs.
Sarah had to reassure her over and over that I was okay to talk to.
Aw.
I know she got hit really, really bad by one of the hurricanes.
That is surprising with her charges. She looked younger and more vulnerable than I imagined. When she started crying during her statement, I felt bad. Milton? Poor thing.
Yeah, every time I speak to her, I want to put my arm around her. Yeah, I don't remember which hurricane, but it devastated her.
Hopefully she gets herself sorted out.
Yes, she had really good content. You probably saw my earlier comments in her stuff. She was the only game in town posting the IMS content until you. In the earlier body cams, she has integrity too, not wanting to probe into
or her husband or cross any lines like that. She was most interested. What happened here? What? She was most interested in the jail life parts of Sarah's incarceration. Sarah was good with me talking to her. I would tell her jail stories.
I didn't read the comments. I usually watch on my TV. If there's a live, I'll open my laptop to join the chat.
You can read comments on TV, but I understand. I watch on TV too.
That's where I first heard about cheese slices. Laughy face, crazy laughy face.
Ha 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 ha, yes, and pickle chip refunds. She's another reason why I wanted to mention Sarah. Her post humanized her for me.
It's too easy to think of her as a monster. Humans are more complex than that.
That is exactly right. People ask me, what in the world would have possessed me to want to talk to her?
I almost wrote her. I had to talk myself out of it.
Many try and debate me as to how horrible she is, or why she should be buried under the prison. You did? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, first true crime case I ever followed that I wanted to. I mean, there's something about her.
Right. I totally get that feeling. There is something about her that you can't put your finger on part of it when we first spoke.
I was worried about being manipulated, ultimately.
I misread it. And you put your finger on it, part of it when we first spoke.
I was worried about being manipulated, ultimately. I'm a reformed people pleaser. I've had a lot of therapy, but have I had enough? I did? What part? Or better yet, what is the part I missed?
You said that it could have happened to anyone and that you saw your past self in what happened when you were drinking. I absolutely agreed with you. Ha ha ha, you don't miss anything. I was impressed by your insight. As for your therapy, you're ahead of me there. I've never had therapy myself. I'm afraid to find out how screwed up I am. Don't feel bad if you have to get some Z's. You have a job and I could text your fingers off.
Therapy is a powerful thing, nothing to fear. You will love yourself a little more on the other side. I had never heard of giving grace to myself before therapy.
Wow, that is a good concept.
Once I learned to give myself grace, I could give it to others, and that is when things became clearer.
That's really good. I will be thinking about that today. And I know what you mean by manipulation. I had the same concern too.
So the subtext here, I was already sure Lana was being manipulated based on that speech at sentencing. Remember, you are a human being having a human experience. Your feelings are valid. Forgive yourself for any perceived misdeeds. You are worthy and you are enough.
I was going to make a comment above, just have you ever tried forgiving your victims?
Oh my God. Sarah has. She wrote a whole speech about it. Want to hear it? Here you go.
Yeah. Reacted heart to remember you are a human being. Have a human Thanks for your kindness. I wish it was easy advice for me. I'm extremely self-unforgiving. Sarah does ask me to help her a lot with things involving internet or calling people, stuff she can't because of where she is. She is very adamant about not pushing me because of my condition. And while she is disappointed when I tell her it's something I can't or won't do, she doesn't freeze me out or get pissed or pressure me there.
I'm glad she respects your boundaries. She doesn't see you as a threat or have a need to control you.
Because she's still doing what she wants at this point. That's why.
Right.
Case in point, she asked me to text Brian to remind him of stuff or tell she loves him or whatever. After getting feedback that my texts were getting relayed to she asked me to text him directly, which I felt very uncomfortable about doing. I told her I wasn't going to do it because it's not appropriate for an adult stranger to have communication with a minor behind the custodial parent's back. She didn't like it, but respected my boundary. OMG, please keep that between us.
I hope she's a good friend. You deserve good people in your life. I was worried she might be taking advantage of you. You are in a vulnerable place. I swear, when you mentioned the dogs during sentencing, I thought you were under her spell.
She would kill me if she found out I talked about that with anyone.
I don't know why it's doing a reaction there because we're both on the app. Well, I think we must have fell out of iMessages because normally it would just put a heart on the. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's doing that.
Thanks for looking out for me. I hope that isn't the case too. I'd like to feel my eyes are wide open, but I know that that's the most dangerous feeling to think that it couldn't happen to me.
It's interesting to say she would kill me if she found out, right? When she's a convicted murderer that you think is innocent.
Right. Like,
how is she going to kill you, Lana? Is she going to put you in a suitcase?
Are you going to willingly get in or is she going to beat you with a bat? Definitely between us. I don't know who I would tell. The internet would think I was cheating if they knew I was in contact with you regularly. Oh, and was I right?
The internet would think you were cheating? LOL.
It's a weird space. I can't explain it.
I know Sarah would think I was talking with the enemy. I wish James hadn't played her part of your video.
The world is nuanced, and the people on the internet, the very vocal ones, see in black and white. It's very much shades of gray.
That's quite true.
Wait, what? You didn't tell me that. So weird to think of James watching me chatting and nursing Sugar Bear. Laughy face, laughy face.
That's how I found out about you. James showed me your video and told me he had shown it to Sarah during one of her in-jail personal meetings.
Whoa.
That's got to be so crazy reading that, right? So
that was
you're
creepy.
Thinking of James sitting there showing Sarah this video being like, look, you are going away forever if you don't start listening to people. Look, even the small channel, right? Because I assume you were smaller then, right? They're laying it up. All the prosecution has to do is just basically play this and then you're done. And she's arguing with them and all this stuff.
I don't even know if I had 1,000 subscribers yet because I think I got that in like September. And he came, well, maybe I had just, it was either I was just about to hit 1,000 or I hit 1,000. Yeah. So it was weird.
Oh, you even said to yourself, so meta. I
didn't
right.
know. Yes. Do you remember when this was so meta? Yes, sorry.
No, that's what I was just thinking in my head. I was like, this meta, you're like thinking, and all of a sudden you see yourself involved in the trial you're looking at.
Yeah.
We're with, I would have to say late August, early September, maybe mid. It was before trial.
He probably had a Google alert on for his name.
You had like 2,000 subs, most likely.
He was fun for thumbnails. He had a whole body image and a good headshot on his site.
Yes, true. Then when he showed me pics of him, they were all younger ones.
And he's attractive. That always helps. Oh, definitely younger. I noticed that straight away during his first appearance.
He was extremely proud. He has a wife who is a nurse / bodybuilder.
Also, I was re-watching his first presser. His wife was standing off to the side. I didn't recognize her the first time I saw the clip.
Was she really? What was this? Was this the one where he gave his account of how he came to represent Sarah?
So then I put in the video and there she is standing in the background. So she's there in the thumbnail.
His wife was the one who really wanted him to reach out to her. Wow, she is. I never noticed that. Transparent T sent me that and said, the third part from Minnesota, that would be you, wouldn't it? Party.
There was a lot to take in during that presser. I missed it at first too. I had already been on his site and seen her. The dots didn't connect at first though.
There's a long version? Wow.
Lol.
Good catch.
I remember that. I showed that clip during a live and the chat said you had been in Lawyer You Know chat. I was skeptical.
Wow, your chat is attentive.
When you joined for sentencing, I figured you were one and the same.
You were right.
It's funny. The last time I talked to you in the chat, you said you were from Minnesota. And for a split second, I thought, is that Lana? Then just as I was telling myself it wasn't, you said you were.
Yes, you asked me if I was Lana, what kind of kidney disease I had. I was bracing myself for you to tell me I was lying.
Did I? Oh my God. Oh yes, I was suspicious of an imposter.
That actually happened in another live chat I participated in. The lady called me a liar and And her chat got really pissed at me and told me to get in a suitcase myself and a bunch of other stupid stuff. They were right to be suspicious. There are too many catfish out there.
I was like, let's see if she even followed the trial because you said polycystic during sentencing.
You didn't automatically jump to conclusions, though. It was okay.
Get in a suitcase. Yikes.
Oh, I did? I don't remember what I said. I thought I said end-stage renal disease, but I guess I did mention the cause.
I'm not a fan of bullying. Going to so many schools, I've had more than my fair share of them.
Yeah, it was like a flock of bullies being egged on by the YouTuber. I offered to send a screenshot of my smartenmr.com of all the messages Sarah and I were talking, but they weren't having any of it. Arg.
Mob mentality. Sorry they weren't polite, at least. I don't understand it.
I'm watching Danielle Siobhan while texting you. That's one reason I'm so impressed with your chat. And you were very courteous as well. I didn't forget.
I figured out comments on the TV. That was a lot of clicks, though.
Nice, you did it. Yeah, I click on the title and then the comments. Is that Natalie Lawyer chick? I watched her during Daryl Brooks.
So I sent a screenshot. It didn't capture when I went and did I don't know. It's not there. I sent a picture of Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. We don't know what people are going through or where they are mentally at any given moment. It costs nothing to be kind. It also takes zero effort to say nothing when kind things fail to come forth. No, that is Kathy.
Oh.
Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. She was inspo for diving into true crime. Not a lot of Black folks in the space.
Ah, she's an Adelson follower. Ooh, she's in Corey. She's into. Oh, she's into Corey too. Yay! I need to sub her.
She's hilarious. I wake up to her daily. We've met for tea twice.
That's awesome. Oh, she reacted to the sentencing. Cringe.
Friday pickup.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall during a tea meeting if you two talked about Sarah.
We did, and you could have pulled up a chair and joined the convo.
Oh, sugar bear. I would have.
Looking for tea photos and got distracted. Oh, I didn't. Let me copy.
Yeah.
His name is blah blah blah.
Here we go. Another line.
Oh wait! Oh my god! Outed myself. She didn't have braids here. We celebrated her 10K milestone at the Russian tea room.
That is so awesome. Who is with you two?
The blonde is Renee, aka Mrs. Parks in the house.
That's so awesome. By the way, I love your glasses.
We're a Colgate commercial. Thank you.
Ha ha ha! With your megawatt shiny white teeth smiles.
I cheat. I get my teeth bleached every 6 months. I drink lots of coffee, tea, and Diet Coke.
That's good idea. I love Colgate white strips myself, but I have really tiny teeth, so my smiles are usually closed mouth. I used to drink 9 to 12 Diet Cokes a day, but cola causes kidney stones. Same with Mountain Dew.
I use the strips once a week. Random fact, you look a lot like the EVP of my team. Let me see if I can find a photo.
What is an EVP?
Executive Vice President. She's above Senior Vice President or SVP. She reports into the President of Operations and Technology, which is our larger organization. We keep things running.
Oh, wow. I'd love to see the picture. I like her teeth. I wish I had them. Yeah, I did look a little bit like her when I had more weight on me. She's nice looking.
This is an older one, but she's not smiling as big, so you see the similarity better.
Thanks for the comparison.
That's got to be more than 10 years ago, because she hasn't been in local at least that long.
I now look like, in my mom's words, a Holocaust victim.
No. Are you super...
Nice
No.
joke there, Lana.
I know. Oh my God.
Oh,
Are you super skinny?
Thank you for the compliment. I am now, but I wasn't before. That's one thing kidney disease does is take your appetite.
Your face is beautiful. You have kind eyes.
Aw, thanks.
I don't know if it was true for everyone. Seeing my sister's hip bones, there are no words.
Before I got sick, I was about 215 pounds. After my transplant, my medicine had weight gain as a side effect, so I ballooned to 340. So I worked really hard with diet and exercise and dropped to 207. Then, when my kidney transplant failed, I dropped to 122 at my lowest. As of Saturday afternoon, I'm now at 132 at 5'6". What happened to your sister's hip bones? I'm guessing after transplant, the steroids affected her too?
She was so thin, they were visible. She had a walker. Then eventually a cane as she got better.
OMG!
Protruding.
I understand that. I'm in a wheelchair.
You ladies are strong. God bless you. Resilience personified.
We have to be. What else can we do? I can say I'm lucky to have a support system. Your sister does too, especially since she has you.
It's admirable.
Oh, thanks.
The family rallied around her once they knew it was serious.
I bet.
At first, they thought she had quote unquote done something, not understanding the gravity.
And you stepped up big time to donate. You know how I feel about that. Oh boy, that must have been rough for her.
My part was easy. She fought the real battle. I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't try to give her a fighting chance. The docs made it clear there were no guarantees. Remember the third-class passengers in the Titanic? They begged to just be given a chance to fight when they were locked on their floor with chains and locks.
The ship cannot sink.
The unsinkable.
Not 5.
I remember that movie.
I built you a flying ship. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it was no small thing you did. I'm watching Danielle Siobhan. She's talking about some commenter on her site. I hope she doesn't think it was me. I also wonder who is so outspoken for Sarah. The person says she knows her. I'm getting a troll vibe. LOL! Hey, have you ever heard the name Fataya Marzan?
Nope.
If you're ever interested in Chelsea Copsel, she had another interrogation on YouTube of Fataya Marzan, who stabbed her sister to death out of jealousy due to a love triangle. It's fascinating how differently she treated her.
I will look.
Well, did she record stabbing her sister?
Snuff film? Was there a snuff
probably
film?
A little different because of that.
Right.
I'll see if I can find it too. There you go. Wow.
The energy between Sarah and Chelsea was combustible. We were one match away from a wildfire. Thanks.
Oh, I believe she hated Sarah. Sarah, you totally can see the difference.
I think Sarah's contradictions really chapped her hide.
I agree with you.
Her baby will be 5 this year. How crazy.
That and Sarsh getting really defensive over alcohol too. That's incredible. I loved her hair during the trial. She had a 70 retro style like me. During the interrogation, I referred to her and Scott as Typhoid Mary and Loud Shirt.
Haha, great hair. Mo in the deep end called her Detective Good Hair.
I should probably try to get a little sleep.
Rest. Sun's rising here.
It has been a pleasure talking with you. Hopefully I didn't screw up your workday.
Pleasure was all mine. Sleep well.
Thanks. Take care.
I'm calling out. My little guy has barely slept.
Aw, get some sleep, Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear. With the awesome name. Hello, I know you're working, so just popping in. And I'm 9 minutes in your new video, and great work, Heart. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Sipping on coffee to get through the next hour.
I'm doing the same with Jam and Water Energy Vitamin.
The video was fine without the photos, right? It would have been gratuitous. Which flavor? I like the no sugar triple X. It has acai.
Yeah, you did perfect. I did the energy, which is tropical citrus. I think the only vitamin water with caffeine, it is the only vitamin water with caffeine, but I love triple X too.
I didn't realize it had caffeine. I'll try it for a morning boost. Sometimes I don't want coffee specifically, just the caffeine. I don't drink the Diet Coke in the morning. I can't drink the Diet Coke in the morning.
It does have a very little sugar in it, but I find it refreshing.
The internet is interneting, ? Someone just emailed me a link to Delapine Creative. Peter has a wife and 2 kids, and he lives in New York. Julian is in Connecticut. He must commute into the city. What did we do before the World Wide Web? Lived in peace and anonymity.
A 20-ounce Coke, like she doesn't even, a 20-ounce Coke has 65 milligrams of sugar. A 20-ounce vitamin water has 27.
And she's avoiding the Delapines on purpose. I will find out later. She doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I was just like, reminds me of, was it Jerry Maguire when the kid's just like, did you know a human head weighs 8 pounds? What are you talking about? By the way, I responded to the email that the person sent to you and I over this weekend, but I didn't realize I didn't hit reply all. I got the documents for the little LLC, so I sent them over to you.
Oh, I'll have to take a look.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
We have a fellow researcher in our midst. I was wondering when you were going to see that. All you have to do is read that website and you'll see what their interest in Sarah is. And best of all, I kept my word to them. If they ask me, I can tell them I didn't say a word to you about it.
Pity they don't make a sugar-free one. Sugar and caffeine I monitor like a hawk. I was a keto girl at one time, but it wasn't great for breastfeeding. You need carbs for that.
Right. I went mostly keto myself when I lost 200 pounds. But I kept the VW as a holdout simply because it's harder to swallow pills with just... Oh, I kept the vitamin water as a holdout simply because it's harder to swallow pills with just water. And NutraSweet makes me nervous. I used to drink it in spades when I was doing 9 to 12 Diet Cokes per day. Diet Ikes per day.
Have you tried monk food, the one without the alcohol?
No, never have tried it.
It's a bit more expensive than regular sugar, but it has 0 glycemic impact.
Interesting. I'll clear it with my dietitian to see if it's okay. I have to have a renal diet since kidneys clear phosphorus and potassium, and I can't eat something with too much of it.
And then there's some monk fruit. This is me and my biohacking.
I love the anti-inflammatory benefits. I can't touch Advil or Aleve, and long-term steroids are really rough on the body. I hope it's okay. I'd try it in an instant. Thank you for the recommendation.
I can't have NSAIDs either.
Really? You don't have to tell me, but can I ask why? Mine is because they are extremely hard on kidneys and they don't do well on dialysis.
Because I only have 1 kidney and those are all processed in the kidney. So it's Tylenol for me so I don't overtax it.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. Protect the one you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the one time where actual certain opioids are safer than over-the-counter meds.
Just a Lazy Gamer just posted a letter from Sarah and it's typed.
Oh, is it her inquiry? She wouldn't tell me what was in it? Yep, that is it. She typed it. I didn't know the JPay kiosk had that service. Yeah, we were talking about this very subject.
I know. I'm looking for where the document is.
Right. She asked me to tell her where it showed up. Oh, it's posted on her criminal file. Guess closed doesn't really mean that. Ha! Oh, and hi, good to see you.
Hello. I don't see it. I only see the response from the clerk.
It's right under it.
Oh my God. That posted on 1/27. How did I miss that?
I missed it too. I even looked yesterday. Apparently the date on there can be not the same date it shows up. I wonder what Lazy Gamer's interest in Sarah's case is. I never ever want to make any assumptions about anyone, but his YouTube name and ID would suggest that he'd be more comfortable Twitch streaming, but for whatever reason, she has his full attention. I find it fascinating.
He's covered her extensively. He read all the letters. I didn't even do that.
I'm sending this to James and Margaret. The answer here. I'm emailing and texting right now.
I sent Beck an email last Friday. Cricket. Same for the quote-unquote assigned attorney.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just sent it to every member of Sarah's law team. And I'm texting James. I'll know he read my text even if he doesn't reply. Done. Just texted James about this too. He hasn't spoken to me via text or phone since December 16th. And it was 9 days until the deadline when I spoke to him via email and he said Margaret filed it. Thanks so much for the heads up.
Of course. I'm going to reply all to the previous email I sent to the attorney and attach these 2 docs.
Oh my God, thank you.
What an idiot to drop the ball with the high-profile defendant. I'm going to have to research him.
Which attorney? Josh Adams? He read it at 2:54. I just took a screenshot of my text to him just now. I might be being too needless about it, but I want proof for the courts. It shows that James read it, so he knows.
I will BCC you.
He responded.
What did he say? Where's the 28 pages she sent? This is one. Did you send him the clerk's notice? What is there to check?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She said that. I did. I asked her when I'll ask her when she calls me tonight, I'm guessing. I'm blowing up her Securus inbox.
I also sent a note to JAC because they emailed me over 1,300 pages. None of them are numbered, but I don't see where they authorize payment for transcripts or an appeal attorney.
Holy crap! 1,300 pages of what?
I asked them if they were in my stack, and if so, could they resend those specific documents, motions, invoices? They charged me almost $500 and couldn't be bothered to number them. I'll send you the spreadsheet of the cost. Maybe your eyes can find them easily. Your eyes are younger.
Oh my God, not that much younger. I'll check though. 1 sec. Back. Wow, you weren't kidding. My eyes. LOL.
I can't. Sounds like a sheep or a lamb or I can't remember. I can't believe she put pro se balls of a burglar.
I'm getting distracted by the amount of people charged. The amounts people charged the JAC. Laughing my ass off. Balls of a burglar. I laughed out loud every time I heard you say that in your broadcasts. You're right about that. It's actually one reason I wanted to contact her in the first place. I must be nuts. Nope, you didn't miss anything. Looks like all of the JAC charges are through the end of October. And all about the criminal trial.
Which is odd because I made my request after sentencing.
I feel better knowing that James is now aware and said he was looking into it.
One or multiple people have screwed up. I blind copied you on the note to Josh Adams.
Thank you.
Doesn't he have an obligation to do something?
You'd think so, right? I have a feeling James will reach out tonight. Of course, however he does, I'll let you know what he says. I wonder if he realizes this is going viral online.
I sent him a note too. If a YouTuber is asking, he'll figure out the virality. This is ridiculous at this point. Seriously.
Exactly. Thank you. I'll say this. You are efficient as heck. And James knows who you are. Well, he knows your channel.
Lol. I knew what you meant. How many people are running around with the name Tanika and obsessively watching Sarah Boone's docket?
I'm so relieved he actually responded. I also just heard from Brian. She is even sicker. Sarah is not doing well physically. She asked me if she saw a doctor. I told him yes. He is a very non-communicative person, but heard her voice and was worried. So maybe I won't be talking to her tonight. How's Sugar Bear? Were you able to catch up on sleep?
Physically not well? Did she see a doctor?
She said she has an appointment on Tuesday, but I don't know if she went or how it went.
Sugar Bear's not a happy camper. I'm weaning him and he hates it. We tried it before, but I'm a softie and kept the morning and nighttime feeds. I cannot take the teeth anymore, though.
Oh.
Do they test to see if it's a viral or bacterial?
I understand.
They can have medication, right?
I hope they do, and yes, they can. She gets daily meds, including prescription ones, but nothing too narcotic-ish. Inmates who get those kind of meds are highly regulated. It's insane what people go through to distribute meds/drugs, including taking it and throwing it back up after leaving the clinic. Gross! Sorry, I didn't mean to gross you out. Frowny face.
What does that even mean? Not too narcotic-ish. What drug is that? I want to know.
So it's got to be like Adderall or,
anything with any kind of stimulants in them. And I don't know. She doesn't even have caffeine. So what is she? She can't get coffee.
Oh my God. People use thrown up meds.
I guess people do insane things for meds. I mean, people use meds that were stored in unmentionable places too. Anyways, ha 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 ha, my husband just got home, so we are going to get some dinner. I hope to see you later. Hopefully I'll hear from James and have news to tell you.
Enjoy, hubby. Just left the office now to get Sugar Bear. I almost wrote SB instead of Sugar Bear. I can't imagine you reading it like, what?
Hey, you. Sorry, I fell asleep last night and couldn't get back to you. Real quick, I don't know if this is anything, but Sarah told me she suspects they are moving her today to where she doesn't know. So just a heads up.
It's going to be Gainesville, Sarah. Just where Brian said you were going. And he's real close.
And I would have totally understood SB. I refer to my son as A in text all the time.
Shouldn't they wait until she's on the upswing?
Did she not get the SB Sarah Boone reference? Like, did that just go over her head?
I think she did, and she's saying she would have understood I meant Sugar Bear because she refers to her son as A. I think she got it.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. She sounds worse today, and I didn't think that could be possible. I'm actually a bit worried.
I fell asleep for a bit and then got up later to record. This weaning process is going to be brutal. I gave in. It breaks my heart for him to cry. I shortened his feeding time, but held him for a while until he fell asleep. They should wait. There aren't any nurses on the road unless they are walking her across the street to Lowell. Grinny face.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be rough for the both of you. She told me today she hates the joy.
Of course she does.
Of course she would. Ha 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 ha! I don't blame her. They sound like they have a ton of rules, and our Sarah doesn't like those, as you know.
Oh no! Rules are not for Ms. Boone. If it keeps her safe, though, shrug.
Ha 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 ha! Oh, and she intends to write Josh Adams and introduce herself to him.
Lots of people are asking how she typed the letter, if she typed the letter.
Oh, I forgot to ask her.
Good. She should write him. What's he been doing?
Hang on.
Do we need to start a milk carton campaign?
Back. Ha ha ha! I hope not.
How are you feeling today? This week seems long. Maybe because last week was shorter. I'm looking forward to sleeping in on Saturday. This whole appeal issue hits me in the pit of my tummy. Someone screwed up, or multiple persons. Head blown.
Hey, I'm kind of run down today. I'm currently on dialysis as we speak, and I agree with you. Friday can't come fast enough. And yeah, this thing with Sarah's appeal, someone dropped the ball big time. Sarah was telling me this morning that the thing filed on the 18th mentions a notice of appeal on the certificate of service. She wonders if the clerk of courts wasn't mailed it. She gave me his number. 1218.
Where was it filed then?
Not sure. Sarah is wondering if it was sent everywhere but the clerk of courts.
Even the clerk that I spoke with said it hadn't been filed. That was the clerk from the 6th district.
Right. She gave me a name and an address to ask.
That would be weird. Did you see the actual filing from Owens with certificate of service?
Ashley Moody, Attorney General. I don't know who that is, but she is saying it was sent to this person.
Oh, I have to go get an IV of intralipids. Is it okay if I reach out to these people later? I want to know where this stuff is.
Sure. Intralipids? Intralipids? I hope you are okay.
Where is everywhere?
To Sarah, to the AG, to themselves. I'm not sure. I could hardly understand what she was saying. I'm checking some of the stuff on the docket to see which thing it is.
JAC responded. They have no responsive records for the transcripts that Owens requested. I'll forward.
The statement of judicial acts? Thank you. Right, here it is.
I'll BCC you in my response because I'm not sure they understand, and I'm going to attach Owen's motion.
Yes, I found it. It was the statement of judicial acts. Look at the certificate of service. At the top of the certificate of service, it calls it this notice of appeal. I hereby certify that a copy of this notice of appeal has been furnished by blah, blah, blah.
It doesn't say notice of appeal on the motion. I wonder if that matters. I just copied you on my email to JAC. I'll let you know when they respond.
That's a good question. Sarah wants me to email the Attorney General and ask.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I read it and wow, you'd make a good lawyer.
They would just have a copy, though. What to ask? If they received it or if they consider that a notice of appeal. I don't have the stomach. Still learning to regulate my emotions.
That's the $50,000 question. I'm hoping that if it is, James will reach out to the writer of that response to Sarah's inquiry and set them straight.
I sent him all the copies last night. Poor impulse control.
Wow. Let's see what happens. I am impressed. I deal with impulse control too.
All this paperwork, yet there is still a big miss. Shaking my head.
Right. But I'm going crazy wondering whose mess it is.
Right.
Whose miss it is.
Right. I don't understand why Joshua has remained silent.
No kidding. I know many people have reached out to him about Sarah Boone that you'd think he'd say some sort of statement. I mean, Alan Holland told me the deal when I called him straight away.
Also, why is the JAC pretending that they aren't paying for the appellate attorney? I don't like them. They give me a mess after charging me almost $500. They couldn't be bothered to put the stack in date order or number the pages.
That cost you nearly $500? Holy cats!
They sent me something that was sealed. After looking at the Adelson issue with the revealing sealed docs, I think that was a mistake.
You sent me that list to look through. Did they send every receipt on an invoice too?
It's the info on the doctor that Bankowitz wanted.
Holy crap!
Allegedly they did. I have to go through every single doc. I'm only on like page 30.
Which doctor? Linda Dury?
Yes, that's her. Her resume is over 15 pages. Who knew that was a thing?
I hope you can make that profitable on your channel.
Were you and Sarah in contact back then? It's from 2023.
Ha ha ha! Sarah and I had a good laugh about her, referring to her a Linda. No, I wish. But she told me some stories.
She spells it weird. I see where she visited Sarah.
Yeah, with 2 N's.
I'm in way too deep.
Sarah told me she was more interested in talking about herself and her accomplishments than doing her job. Even Bankowicz's had to rein her in and tell her to do her job.
I once worked with a woman who spelled her name, who had double consonants in her first and last name. She's Polish.
Oh?
If her resume is any indication, she thinks very highly of herself.
Quick, make another Holocaust joke, Lana. What was her name?
First name. Oh my God. First name, Tina. Like Tina.
Yep. And Sarah didn't like her. She told me she wore makeup an inch thick. Maybe our Linda is the same way. LOL.
I can't remember her last name. I have to look on my LinkedIn. She came from Disney, ABC. Yuck. I'm late for my infusion. This bus is slow. I thought I had to be there at 1:30. The nurse just called. Oh, well. Hopefully I don't blow up their schedule and I can still be seen.
Good luck. Thanks for hanging with me in dialysis.
Anytime. And then she sends a photo of herself hooked up to the machines. When I get back to my desk, I'll send you the JAC packet. Please don't share it with any YouTuber. I got to try and make my money back. You see the gamer guy use my info. He did credit me, but it's every creator for himself. Glad you were wearing your mask. How cute.
I promise nobody will see anything.
So then I send her a picture getting my infusion. Oh no, I send a bus, I think. On Madison and on 65th, got to get to 98th. East Side has horrible subway service, so I thought this would be faster.
I only talk to you with any regularity. I haven't talked to Transparent Tea since October, and that was extremely briefly via email. I would be nervous on the subway. OMG, what an awesome pick of you.
I know, it's getting bad down there. Something about Trump makes people aggressive towards POC.
I'm so sorry. I did not vote for him.
I never realized how many shops are on Madison. I thought all the designers were on Park Avenue, just past Versace.
Didn't she say she voted for him in the text?
I think she said she was going to in one of those, but I don't have the text messages yet, right? She was saying something about like that. I think she said like one of his policies or something.
Yeah, no, it was paying for the health care of everyone who donated a kidney or something like that. It was like reimbursing.
Yeah, it was
them
some fringe. Yeah.
She's a one issue voter, but apparently not, because she didn't vote for him, is what she's saying.
That's what she's telling me, but she probably voted for him.
Wow, I envy your view. I have been to New York City once.
All good. The people who did are already regretting it. I don't feel unsafe. Just have to be extra diligent. I rarely get on the subway with the baby.
I would be the same way.
He loves the big windows on the bus so he can look for cars, trucks, birds, and airplanes. Laffy.
Oh, but how often can you see that on the subway? Or are those conventional buses?
How long does your treatment take? These are regular buses.
3.5 hours. I started at 10:45 a.m. and am off at 2:15 Central. Oh, awesome.
The extended buses are out during rush hour in the AM and PM.
Did you just pull besides a double-decker? Sweet. We have buses and light rail here, but I live out in the suburbs.
No, I tried to get a better shot. We were catching all the red lights.
My husband works in downtown Minneapolis.
We had light rail in LA. Sadly, I was addicted to my car there. Bad carbon footprint.
Ah, and those 10-lane highways are enticing.
When you come to NYC, you have to visit the Carlisle if you like jazz.
I've been to LA 6 times. Heh, I love jazz.
I lived there from 95 to 08. Just got a Reddit notification about Sarah. I need a 12-step program.
That is so awesome. Laughing my ass off.
So then there's the Reddit. The appeal nagging has begun.
Talking to me is like pouring gas on those flames.
It's very therapeutic talking to you.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope my energy is a peaceful one.
Very much so. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Trust me.
Oh, you are kind.
So are you.
Sarah and I, in terms of energy, couldn't be any further different. I'm the most peaceful and listening person, and oftentimes speaking to her is like sticking a fork in a electrical socket.
Oh my God. I can imagine. I could just like, can't you see it though? Like she's so frenetic. Like you just be like, I would be so stressed after talking with her. Oh my God.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
2 more stops. I can probably text while I'm getting the infusion. I bet Fractious comes to mind.
She can overwhelm me. And if you ever get our phone calls, you'll see that I don't get many words in. Oh, she loves that word. She said her mom loved to use it about her kids.
Wow. George said she overwhelmed him.
You can text. That's cool.
That's not good. Mom sounds kind of mean.
Yeah, I remember why George said that. Yeah, her mom seemed unusual, but she loved her.
I felt that in my soul when he said that. He must have really loved her.
I think they had a mutual bonding point.
80 proof.
Besides drinking, they met each other when they both were raw from separation and then divorce.
The drinking was a big part of it, though. I've done that when I was heavy binging. Found someone who wouldn't mind, so to speak.
That makes sense. Yeah, people in my life would fret when I'd binge. I wanted companionship, but not a lecture, you know? Always a scary thing to isolate when you need people.
I totally know. I also felt less like I had a problem when I drank with someone, so glad I'm not doing that anymore.
What years did that happen to you? Sorry if I already asked that before. Dialysis feels like it sucks out brain cells sometimes.
Air in the line.
What? In your line? Are you okay?
Then I sent her a video.
Holy cats! Wow! I'd send a movie back, but the pic I sent you was in our isolation room a few weeks ago, and it was a forbidden pic, as they have banned filming in pics, so it was contraband. Devil face. You look comfortable with that pillow. How long does it last? I have headphones, but I wasn't using them as I'm reading a book in my Kindle. I'm reading the book from Sherry Frankie about the Ruby Frankie case. Oh my God, it's incredible, and it's crazy seeing the case through Ruby's daughter's eyes.
I am not sure. Nurse said 1 hour and 15 minutes. I can taste it in my throat.
Sorry, I briefly dozed off. I'm coming off dialysis. Thanks for helping it go fast and great conversation. I hope you are doing all right and can go soon too.
I slept too. She gave me a blanket and turned the lights out. I was tired.
Aw, I'm in my car. Dan is driving. Halo, halo.
Yay, hopefully it wasn't too draining.
Oh, really quick when you see this. Did you contact Christina to come in? She contacted me to ask if I know who you are.
I did. She said, "What is an IMS and how did you get my number?"
I told her that you had reached out to me. Sarah didn't want me to say anything. However, I told her she had her own story to tell and that it's her choice, but not it.
I asked her if she was the same Christina who spoke at Sarah's sentencing and is in the IMS report.
Ah.
People are very curious about Sarah.
I'm sure.
I think if I ever got to interview anyone who knows her, it would have to be members only chat. I'm worried about trolls. The members are more invested and won't be rude or demeaning.
Your members are awesome.
I think so too. I talk via email with quite a few of them. Smart, thoughtful group.
I didn't dissuade her from speaking to you. I didn't tell her you and I are chatting, but I didn't say as Sarah would drop me cold.
I didn't mention you at all in my email. I wonder if I should send her the final IMS report.
But if Christina wants to talk, she should. Aw, thanks. You can if you like.
There is lots of stuff about her and Sarah's. It's okay. I don't want to look like a name dropper. She can decide if she wants to speak to me. I thought it was touching how she choked up about Sarah being her best friend. There's something about Sarah. If only she would use her powers for good.
Yes, and I told her that she was different than me in that she has her own unique story to tell and people would want to hear. I gave her my word, so I am bound, but she is 100% free.
Some behaviors of Miss Boone remind me of my mother. Her tough exterior masks some insecurities and doubt. It's a whole head trip how Sarah is extremely relatable, but her attacks make her unlikable.
She says she will check out your channel.
Cool.
I understand. Many people who know me have asked what the heck I was thinking by contacting and befriending her.
Closed mouth won't get fed. The worst she could do is say no. Better than telling myself no and never asking.
That's a good point. Believe me, I haven't given up trying to change her mind, Sarah's mind.
Christina lived with her and spoke so highly about her. I'm curious about her story in that regard. No worries. I enjoy talking with you. I don't have to make a video to spark a conversation. You are just as into all things Boone as I am. You also help me see things more fully.
Right. She, by all rights, is closer to her, or should be. I don't know if it's manipulation or not, but Sarah said she was much closer to me every time I asked her about trusting Christina with things you'd naturally think she'd be the go-to about.
Nothing is ever black and white, is it?
This is true. Plus, I think you have incredible insights into Sarah's behavior and impulses. It is nearly clairvoyant. Since you might ask me for an example, Commissary, as you know, I have made donations to Sarah from people who asked me to do it so as to stay anonymous themselves. Sarah asked me to do it. I was very surprised as I live in Minnesota, not local, and it involved handling her money. I thought for sure she knew Christina better, so she would trust her much more. Plus, she's local. But instead, she wanted me to do it, which has also meant I helped her make a Christmas for her son. Christmas card. You'd think either Christina or someone else she knew in the outside would have been more suited than I am. That's also a major trust issue. How would she know I wouldn't take off with the money or take a cut? I was like, OMG. I mean, I didn't, lol. But one of the donors who straight up gave me $500 told me that if I wanted to split it, it was fine. Nope. Every penny went to her.
Just came up from the subway, walking to get SB. All right, we're on page 111, and there's still, it goes to 127 for January. So I'm going to stop here because it's 3:56. I just want to be mindful of your time, and look at the questions really fast in case there's anything people are trying to tell you before we go. Oh, I don't know. Oh, they said it's different wigs and the voices. Your Lana voice is really good. You almost sound like her.
Well, the only time I heard it was in the trial, like at the end. I don't know if there's other recordings of her.
I think that's it. She has a she had a channel, but she only did one video. But yeah, I think that's the one that everyone's heard.
Yeah, this is a different wig than the Sarah wig. Tanika gave it the stamp of approval. I said, I got this one. I got Sarah's wig. What do you want? Or the gray one. That's supposed to be Sam Elliott.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't see any questions. MCL, you got your name back. Hear me out. It's hysterical. Love the wig. You are hysterical. Ooh, was Lana bullying others? I didn't know. Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Hey, thank you for having me on anytime.
Yes. And you can, I don't know if you know, in StreamYard, you can make shorts out of this if you want when you go back in.
Yeah, mine are always too long. That's what.
We're at an hour and 26 minutes, so it won't be. It's only if you go over 2 hours, it won't make the shorts.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right,
we try that.
Well, thank you for joining. I'm going to have you sign off so I can play my outro and I don't get copyright strike. Anything you want to say before you go?
No, like I said, I'm here. My motto for my channel that I'm trying to polish, right, is stupidity thrives in the absence of relentless mockery. So that's what I'm doing. I'm relentlessly mocking stupidity anywhere I can find it, true crime or otherwise. So
I love it.
How do I end my stream though? Do I just
hang on one second. I'm going to take
if I leave the studio, does that end it for me?
I just want to link you in the chat really fast first before you go.
If it doesn't monetize for me, that's fine. I mean, it's not. We're talking like the $100 level. We're still.
Oh my God! Hey, every penny counts. We got to pay for StreamYard. Like, listen.
I know that would be the nice first break even.
Okay, I'm gonna take you down, and then I think that will take the audio out for you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to remove you from there, mute you there, and I think we should be good. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. I've put Hear Me Out's YouTube channel, the link to his channel in the comments. Please sub. If our numbers are good, maybe we'll do this again. Maybe I can talk him into it again. Who knows? We'll see. Talk to you later. Toodles.